infinity and beyond.
If you can't tell, this is the Deuce Ace movie review for Toy Story 4.
I'm Deuce.
I'm Ace,
and this is Deuce and Ace, Bro to the Movies. Alright, Ace, take it away.
Alright, so a couple of days ago, me, Deuce's wife, Deuce's kids went to the movies to see Pixar's brand new movie, Toy Story 4. I had seen Toy Story 1, I don't remember Toy Story 2, did not see Toy Story 3, so I was a little apprehensive, to say the least, to see this movie, but, yeah man, went in there, watched that thing, and just did not need to happen. It wasn't a bad movie, there's only a couple of bad Pixar movies, but it definitely wasn't good. Thoughts, Deuce?
Thoughts? Well, Toy Story 4 reunites the Toy Story gang after or during their time with Bonnie. If you've seen Toy Story 3, you know that Andy is a grown-up now. He delivered all the toys to Bonnie, and there's the original Toy Story toys and a whole slew of new toys.
It's like 5 new toys.
Yeah, this movie kind of glosses over all of those toys, Buzz Lightyear included, to focus on Woody and him dealing with Bonnie going to kindergarten. So if you've seen from the trailers, there's a new toy, Forky.
Yes.
He's a created toy from trash, a nice little craft. And so as you can see, he has an existential crisis from being made and being created. And so the movie follows Woody, Forky on the journey, and they come across some interesting characters. Gabby, the dummies, and again, this is no spoiler, Bo Peep, who was kind of just, taken out of the movies, and this movie does a nice job of making a story up as to where she went. And so, yeah, they go on an adventure. All this is done for Bonnie because Bonnie has really become very attached to Forky. This is now her favorite toy. So they go on an adventure that leads them to some antique toys, leads them to some carnival toys, Bunny and Chick, or what is it?
Bunny and Ducky.
Bunny and Ducky, Key and Peele. You've seen it on the previews. And yeah, it's just a interesting ride, and I agree with Ace over here. It was a unnecessary ride. I've never been a die-hard Toy Story fan. I loved Toy Story 1 as a child. Toy Story 2, I love that. He don't remember? Prospector, come on. Toy Story 3, I was grown. And I know a lot of people love Toy Story 3, but it just wasn't my fave. I was not into it, and the Lotso fire scene and all that. So, Toy Story just kind of mad to me. I wish they would make a Bug's Life 2. That would be, that would be crazy. I know not too many people even know or care what a Bug's Life is, but a Bug's Life, that is tier Pixar.
Alright, Deuce is just rambling at this point. He's been talking for like 3 minutes straight. But yeah, he went through the whole plot of the movie. Spoilers galore. Toy Story 4, just a man movie. Not good, not bad. Just your middle-of-the-road kind of film.
Yeah, it's a story that didn't need to be told. It's just as if they wanted to make some money. They know these characters are profitable, so they put the story together. I don't think it breaks any new ground. No memorable new songs. Now, admittedly, my kids like the song "I Won't Let You Leave" or "Let You Go." Look it up, Randy Newman. His name's Randy Newman, right?
Yeah, his name's Randy Newman.
Okay.
I didn't even notice there was a new song in the movie.
Well, yeah. So, it's just, if you're a die-hard Toy Story fan, you may like this movie. If you like something new and fresh and you've seen Toy Story, then this is not for you. If you just like new and fresh movies in general, then this is also not for you. It's just the same story told from different perspectives with some other stuff thrown in there, man.
Yeah, so I think you nailed it right there. That's a little spoiler-free portion. I think they're ready for the scores.
I think they're ready.
3, 2, 1.
7.
5. Alright, for an average of 6.
Alright, Deuce and Ace give Toy Story 4 6 out of 10.
Alright, now we're about to get into some spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie, get on out of here. But first, like, subscribe, comment down below, tell us what you want to hear next. Follow us on social media and all that garbage.
Bro to the movie. Garbage, come on, bro. Come on, man. Instagram, Twitter, man. Holla at your boys. Bro to the movies. Spoilers. Alright. So, spoiler-free, done. We're going to talk about the spoilers. May not be many. This movie did not leave a lasting impression on me. It was interesting. I wasn't bored, per se, but it's just, how many stories can you tell from a toy's perspective? It was just a rehash of all the first 3 movies put into one. Now, there was fresh comedy in it. Key and Peele brought some stuff.
They were hilarious.
It was funny, but it's just like you can't just add funny characters and call it a good story.
A good Toy Story.
A good any story. So, yeah, I mean, can I say I was wondering where Bo Peep went? Not really, but this movie tells me where she went.
I'm gonna be honest. Since I didn't see Toy Story 3, I didn't know Bo Peep was missing. They just started the movie. I'm like, why is Andy a little kid? What is happening right now? I was lost.
Yeah, so it was a heartfelt scene. You know, Woody, even though Woody and Jesse seem like they should be boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe they're like cousins or brother and sister.
You told me they were brother and sister.
No, maybe. Anyway, so you know, Little Bo Peep and Woody are an item, and so you know, she's an antique-looking doll, and she gets donated, and it's only. Again, I can only feel for toys so much. This is like you're forcing the emotion. Like again, who was asking for Bo Peep's origin story, man?
No one, and I'm just sitting there throughout the movie. I'm like, all right, when they're gonna get to Forky? Because you know you seen the trailer. When are they gonna get to the new stuff? And it turns out the whole movie is just about basically Bo Peep and Woody. And Bo Peep, you know, once she gets thrown to the antique store, I guess she runs away and becomes a quote-unquote lost toy, and then she's living her free life, living her best life. Like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't really make sense because, like, well, how are the toys even sentient? That's what I want to know. What is the lore? Because when Bonnie creates Forky, like, she created life, and I'm like, man, this is crazy, this is insane, but let's see where it goes from here. And then Forky immediately tries to commit suicide. He jumped into the trash. Has an existential breakdown. I'm like, oh, this is...
Yeah, I did wonder. It's like, well, I just accept that that's the story you're trying to tell. Toys are sentient. But it was just like, this is a kid's movie. Like, this dude tried to kill himself, like, so many times. Like, it was funny. It
wasn't even funny. I'm like, man, that's sad.
Yeah, it was just, like, weird. Like, oh, man, let me go jump in the trash can. And it's like a nice gag, but it went on for so long. Like, Forky just trying to eliminate himself. And so, interesting, I guess. And then from there, you know, like, Buzz Lightyear's had story. Jesse's had story. Mr. Ham, Mr. Potato Head, Rex. They used to...
Is his name Mr. Ham?
The piggy bank. You know, they used to be characters with dialogue. They're completely relegated the whole movie. So if you've invested or care about these characters, if you care about the little Triceratops or the purple hair doll from Toy Story 3, Bonnie's new toys.
Triceratops?
Yeah, man. Mindy Kaling, bro.
Was not aware she was in this.
Yeah, man. So, like, if you care about... just the first 5 minutes, they're gone. And it's like... It's literally just Woody's story and Woody's obsession with taking care of humans all over again. It's nothing new.
Correct. There's nothing new. So, Forky constantly trying to run away. Bonnie's family's on like a road trip or something. He jumps out of the car. So Woody jumps out of the car after him, try to save him. And then he finds the antique shop and he sees Lil Bo Peep's, I guess, lamp. She came with a lamp or something. And he finds that, and then he tries to find her. And then we meet the quote-unquote villain of the film, Gabby, and her trio of, what was it, Bensons?
Bensons, or Vincent.
Benson.
They're marionette dummies, like, and they kind of look creepy.
Yeah, and, you know, immediately you get this creepy vibe, and she's like, oh, you have a voice box, let me have your voice box. And the whole movie could have been
because her voice box was defective from the get-go.
Yeah. I don't know, what, like the little string that older toys have.
Pull string.
Yeah. The movie could have been over. Woody could have just been like, yeah, sure. And then the movie would have ended. Everything after this, like, you know, they're running around. She kidnaps Forky. Woody gets away, finds Lil Bo Peep. They get back together. And at the end of the movie, he just gives her his voice box. So it's just an hour of nothing that's happening.
And it's not just he gives. They build up to that Gabby's so evil and manipulating. And then, you know... In order to get Forky back, the only thing he can do, because again, Woody is so, you know, gung-ho about taking care of Bonnie, even though she don't care about him. Like, Andy loved...
oh, yeah, she does not play with Woody.
Yeah, Andy loved Woody. Even when he got Buzz Lightyear, you know, that was a new toy, but he still loved Woody.
No, I remember the scene, like, I don't want to play with you anymore, just throws Woody on the ground in the first one.
Well, yeah, but towards the end, he's playing with both of them. So, you know, and speaking of Buzz... They really did Buzz dirty.
Yeah, he did. He did
is
nothing.
The main character of the Trinity, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. You know, but they just made Buzz a side character,
and they made him really stupid in this movie too for some reason.
Yeah,
like he's dumber than he's ever been.
Yes, it wasn't my Buzz.
Okay.
So yeah, but so. You know, they build it up like Gabby is this evil character. The only way to get Forky back is to sacrifice his voice box. So he does that because Woody wants to get Bonnie Forky. So they take out the voice box and then...
Wait, and he can still talk, by the way. He just can't talk to humans as a toy.
Yeah, it's his toy voice box. And so they take it out and, set it up so that she can go get a little friend. And then the friend's like... Ugh, I don't want no Gabby. No, this your old. So all that, and again, I guess you're supposed to feel that Gabby's been rejected, but you don't care about Gabby. They've done nothing in this movie. Like, the heart that, to me, that they were trying to set up was not there. I know I've seen people talking about they cried and all this stuff. Nah, fam. I mean, maybe it's not for a bunch of grown men. Maybe, pulled on the heartstring of kids, women.
I don't know. I think a lot of kids... They're not emotionally able to have the heartstrings tugged at something like that. I mean, it's kind of deep for a 7-8-year-old. Yeah,
kind of deep. But then, now this huge villain, Gabby, is now part of the squad, going back to, they're on the RV with Bonnie and her family. And... Again, Duck and Chick or
Ducky and Bunny.
Ducky and Bunny are along for the ride. They're funny.
And we forgot about Keanu Reeves' character, Duke
Kaboom.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, it's just a random character in there. My little 2-year-old son, all he talks about is kaboom. So it's a cool character in and of itself, but it does not add to the story. It's just the Evel Knievel toy from Canada, and he crashes, but now he don't crash. It's just. As you can tell, we're pretty low energy, man. This movie did not excite us.
And you gave it a 7?
I gave it a
7. That's a pretty decent movie. Like this movie was just nothing.
I'm saying, on the base of this movie alone, it wasn't bad. Like the stuff that I'm talking about is just because we've seen it before. But on a standalone movie, if this was the first Toy Story, there was nothing. I'm not faulting it. It's just that there's nothing that it brings to the table in light of there being 3 previous movies.
I think that is a fault. That's a lack of creativity on the writers or director's part. If you saw our Always Be My Maybe review, I was harping on how stale it was. It wasn't fresh. This is the same exact thing. It's not as bad as Always Be My Maybe, but give me something new. I'm not going to give you a high score for just the same old recycled movies unless the cinematography is amazing or something has to pop, and nothing popped in this movie.
The CGI popped. I'd say the CGI was on 1,000.
Definitely better than the original Toy Story. That stuff's scary.
But no, I mean, I know we talk about the Uncanny Valley, with your Nick Furies and your de-aged Michael Douglases, but this CGI was just so crisp. So I give it a positive of that.
I don't really know what the Uncanny Valley is, bro.
Maybe I don't. But the CGI was so crisp. And again, I didn't dislike the movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it had some twist, but it was, nostalgic. It was just nice for Woody to finally move on from a toy. Ultimately, all the toys go with Bonnie. Gabby gets a little girl who was lost at the fair. Ducky and Bunny go back to the fair and... No,
they're living with Woody and Bo Peep.
Oh, yeah. But Woody and Bo Peep get together. They're free toys. And then it's also what's the payoff? Woody goes through all this, and sure, he gets Bo Peep, but now he's giving up everything that he's ever lived for. So it's is that really what he wanted?
Yeah, I always thought, from what I've heard about Toy Story 3, that, they're facing their own impending death, whatever, with the fire scene, but then I realized we'll always have a place because there are always kids who need toys. But now he just doesn't have a kid anymore. He I'm just a free toy now. So it kind of, I can't think of the word.
Cheapens
it cheapens the previous movies in a way.
Agreed. I think, even though I didn't care for Toy Story 3 that much, I thought it was a perfect ending for these toys. Andy's a teen, a college-age guy. Bonnie's a little kid. Boom, they have a home, and then they can live this life with Bonnie. And so this story that they created, it just didn't. It didn't like satiate anything. It didn't push the envelope. It was just meh.
Yeah, and what's up with like Andy and Bonnie? Neither of them have friends. Like it's so random. Like they're always playing with their toys. I guess Andy, he had like the birthday party in the first one, so I guess he knows kids. But Bonnie, like the kids don't like her on her first day of school. Some kid, he like just takes all her art supplies. I'm like, come on, give these kids friends.
Friends. Speaking of friends, You've Got a Friend in Me. Great song, memorable song. Great song from Toy Story 2, When Somebody Loved Me. This movie, nothing.
You were talking about the new Randy Newman song.
I'm saying it's there. My kids liked it, but I didn't like it. It's just, this movie just, to me, didn't need to be made. It seems like a cash grab. They just know that you put these characters out, people are going to come. But no, it didn't raise the bar in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it obviously worked. We went to see it. You spent money to see it.
Cash grab and everything. So yeah, I mean, I don't got too much to say. Again, if you love these characters, you may love this movie. Deuce and Ace did not love this movie.
You clearly liked it. 7 out of 10. I can't get over that. But one final note: R.I.P. to the man Don Rickles. The voice of Mr. Potato Head. He passed before he could film any of his lines for this movie, so they had to do recycled lines from previous movies, video games, all of that stuff. So just R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And on that somber note,
I'm Deuce.
I'm Ace.
And this has been Deuce and Ace, Bro to the Movies. Out.